Hello everybody, this is MalibuSkyy. Well, more accurately, this is MalibuSkyy. But I tried to film this with her on, and you couldn't hear anything. I don't have good enough recording equipment for that yet, so hopefully that'll happen in the future. I don't know. But anyway, today I'm going to be talking a bit about how I became a furry. I recently put out that I'm hoping to do a Q&A video in the future, in the far future, because I know it's going to take a while for me to get enough questions to warrant doing that. But in the ones that I received so far, a big topic theme that seemed to come up was how'd you become a furry? And I thought that kind of needed its own video. It's kind of a long story, sort of. If I'm going to tell it right, it's going to be a long story. So let's see how this goes. I'm not that great at talking to a camera or talking in general, so this might be a little awkward, but just bear with me and you can stare at her pretty face instead of mine. Alright, so I haven't been a furry for very long at all, actually. Only like a year. Which I know some of you saying, oh, how do you already have a fursuit? Oh, you're so lucky. I mean, luck doesn't have much to do with it. It was my own money that I paid for and all that. You know the drill. It's how it went. It's how things happen to go. So yeah. So when I was in high school, my senior year of high school, we had this class called study skills, which was the worst. All you did was said you're supposed to study, but my friend and I just ended up watching lots of weird videos on YouTube because for some reason the school like ad block kind of thing that blocked inappropriate stuff didn't block YouTube, and had YouTube Unlimited. So we ended up watching a lot of stuff, and we ended up watching a lot of cringe compilations. And, you know, furries always show up in cringe compilations whether they're furry or not. And yeah, we spent time looking at bad fursuits, and yeah, it was terrible. I really don't like cringe compilations very much anymore, but my cool friend and I enjoyed them then. I was kind of trying to fit in with her. Anyway, so yeah, so that happened, and that was my main exposure to furries at the time. I just thought they were gross, sex maniacs, disgusting. Yeah, you know the drill. And then. Then I remember I was on vacation with my mom in Oregon, and one night we decided to go see Zootopia, which had just come out that weekend. And I knew that Zootopia kind of had anthropomorphic animals, which were kind of like furries, and I actually explained to my mom what a furry was and how it was so gross, which was a bad call on my part for the future when I actually had to explain them to her. But we went to see it, and I adored it, loved that movie. And afterwards, when I got home, you know, I looked up reviews and stuff on YouTube, watched a lot of Zootopia videos, and eventually it led me back around to Camo Rovak's video of furries reacting to Zootopia. And I was all ready to cringe, you know, oh, look at these gross furries. But the thing is, I didn't. In fact, I found some of the suits really awesome, especially Telephone and Ruff, the German Shepherd that her husband owns that's made by Autumn Fallings. Gorgeous suits. And so from there I ended up watching a couple other furry videos and liked them overall, and then they started to end up in my recommendations, and I started just watching more of them, and ended up just falling into this where I'm like, I really love these suits. And then I saw the dancing and I was hooked. I'm like, these people are so amazing, how can they achieve this? This is fantastic. So I kept this a secret, of course, because I knew how most people thought about furries. I knew how I used to think about furries. I still watch the compilations with my friend, and I pretended to laugh at all of it. I remember there's a couple times where I tried to hint that maybe some of this isn't so bad, like we were looking at his fursuit pictures. And one of the pictures that was pulled up was Friday by Autumn Fallings, and I'm like, hey, that's actually kind of cute, right? And she like scoffed, and I was like, backtrack real fast. So yeah, I still haven't really told any of my friends, especially not her. And then I graduated high school, and I went away to Mexico for 6 months, where I became a dive master and did research on the Mesoamerican reef diving, and that was awesome. And for the first 3 months, we didn't have much internet. But for the next 3, we did. We were moved to a different facility that did have internet. And since it was kind of during a down season, we had some spare time. So I kind of got back into the furry thing and really started researching fursuit makers because I knew that I really wanted one in the future. Deciding which ones I wanted from, looking up reviews, all of that. I just spent like a lot of my downtime looking at furry stuff. And then and I also made a Twitter, and that was really good because it kind of got me talking to more furries, got me more involved with it, and it was good. And I just fell more in love with the fandom. Obviously not all of it. I'm not gonna say all of it's good, but in general, I just loved it. I love the creativity, I love the people, the art, the suits, it was amazing. So then I got back to the States, and only like a month after I got back, which I was still into it, I joined my local Facebook group for furries and all that, and then I saw that Malibu was for sale via Twitter. And I'd never actually seen the suit before, but it just struck me immediately how gorgeous she was. And I'd always loved griffins. They're my favorite mythical creature. I actually self-published a book where one of the main characters was a griffin. And I made different varieties of griffins to kind of make world building. The main character, Griffin, was kind of a basic one. I also created tropical looking ones that looked a lot like her. And I was like, this is just, this is perfect. She was a pretty, good price for all that she came with, the whole digi-suit, art, and all that. And I decided to buy her from Jinxsis. Jinxsis, I still don't know how to say her name. And yeah, so we arranged that, and she was shipped like a week later, and I got her, and it's all downhill from there now. It's all uphill from there, actually. Yeah, and there's history. I started doing this channel and videos, and I hope to do more of that. And if you guys do want to do more for that Q&A, feel free to ask me some questions, because I'd love to record that at some point. And yeah, that's basically it. I hope to keep doing more in this fandom in the future. I want to keep meeting more people. I always leave my social medias down below, and I'll also leave my my Telegram. That's kind of new. So you can message me there if you ever want to talk. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you want to talk about how you became a furry in the comments below, that would be cool. I think the stories are always interesting because it's such a different fandom. It's not something where you just like anime fandom, you just happen to see and then you're into it. It's no big deal. But the furry fandom tends to be a bigger deal to be into. So it's always funny how people find themselves in it. So if you want to tell me that story, that's cool. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day. And let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future. Alright, thanks. Bye!